Greetings, flowers from my garden. Blessings and peace. Well-loved children, today I invite you to look in your interior, and from that eyes on the inside, I invite you to expand awareness of themselves. I invite you to commune with water. I invite you to recognize this element in you. Bring your attention to the great oceans. Bring your attention to water veins that run through my body below your feet. Bring attention to water suspended in the sky. All sides of this element are only a reflection of the dynamic that takes your consciousness through dance along the journey. From the moment that consciousness begins the process of reflection on itself, seeking to unravel the mystery that it is. Water is the nourishing mother of all life forms in the demonstration, regardless of how this element is translated in different aspects of the universe. Here, you will easily recognize this valuable gift of water as nurturer and generates life. As part of what drives growth, you can recognize the deep water and wise lessons as flexibility, adaptability, fluidity, also strength, depth, wisdom, patience, rhythm and harmony to the cycles of life. Behold, we contemplate this portion of me, contemplate this aspect of you. My presence is about your auras this morning as the mother of the water. My aura mixing in is aura, my water attached to your water. In it I vibro, it clanging, I sing it a sound, a vibration, a corner. This movement aims to remind them of a time when you yourself were fluidity, a time before the most hardened conditionings in his expression was spontaneous as the moving of the water. Well-loved children, recognition of your essence is what liberates them from the engram rigidity and rejection. The deeper recognition of your nature, the recognition of their consciousness as unconditioned, as freedom, as expansion and emptiness, allows them to go beyond the conditioning of the stiffness and rejection. The rejection comes stiffness, not the action of conscious choice, not what they please, do not call them, but born rejection of the rigidity of concepts, the rigidity of emotional patterns, the desire rigidity. This rejection, this stiffness is linked to belief in war, that life should be conducted as a fight. Beloved, look at nature, look to the beautiful dance that surrounds you, look for the movement of water, rivers, seas. There is seamless integration between the wind and the waves, between the waves and sandy beaches. There is seamless integration between the movement of the moon tides and irradiating the heart of the earth and the sea currents. Learn from your nature, the nature that goes beyond the limits of his person. Learn with this nature that life is not combat. Life is harmonious singing, sacred action, cooperative. Life is co-creation. But for this it is necessary that you deem a step beyond the notion of themselves as limited beings, as defined and finished. Just like water, you are always in training, as well as water. Anytime you can take another form, another tone, another direction. And you are aware to choose which way you want. You are self-conscious portions of the universal consciousness and thus can influence their own way. They can direct their own path and thus create their own destiny. Contemplate the mystery of the water element. Contemplate the water, the earth's waters and the waters of its consciousness. Just as on earth, the water turns to steam then condenses into droplets, they enter the earth, unite the veins of my blood, feed the rivers and flow into the ocean. Your emotions and thoughts in the same way, dissipate in the space of awareness for after condense again on collapsing an objective physical reality, then to dissipate turn again patterns of thought and emotion and again evaporate in space of consciousness. And as you want to grasp concepts, how can you aspire to imprison your thoughts or your emotions? How do you want the pleasure to last forever? The waters of his consciousness has its own cycle. Learn this cycle, liberate it. To release it, you are rid of the limitation of this identification. Pleasure is not your original legacy. The ecstasy, bliss are. But bliss is not the constant stimulation of the senses in a pleasant way. Bliss is the state of expansion, of spaciousness, the vastness of those who see themselves as the space itself, the pure nature of the mind. Contemplate the symbol of water, contemplate this symbol manifest in my body. I am the voice of this planet talking to you now as the voice of all waters. Myriads and myriads of angels and elementals intone a message seeking to awaken in your hearts the remembrance of what you are. Sons and daughters, dissolve the belief in war and fighting, because the dissolves this conditioning in your daily behavior. Daily life is so affetaries those Machiavellian plans to commit more destruction and devastation in my humanity and my planetary body through the warlike wars. Cease the source of energy fighting, cease the source, turning it into a source of integration, source host. Behold the waters of your consciousness and to learn about your power co-creator and how your waters influence the waters of the world. As your waters influence the waters of the collective consciousness and how these, in turn, seek to influence him. I recognize the sacred cycle of what constitutes you an incarnation. I recognize the nutritional potential of your water. This healing and purified water because the water is moving, water is flowing life. I bless you, beloved of my heart. I salute you and honor you in its essence and in its expression. And every day, I am the driving force guiding them towards the definitive awakening. I surround you as the waters of the world involve you. I seek to cool the water in the rivers you refresh. Embrace my presence in your presence and acknowledge my love in your love.